Well, we have it at last. The new Avatar has finally, hit the screens now, and rather the Netflix's live-action reinterpretation of Book One of Avatar, Water. And it was a lot of things. On the one hand, it was a very faithful adaptation of the original, getting a lot of things done right. You've got a lot of depth. We actually have, oddly enough, in the first opening act, the attack on the airbenders, specifically the Southern Air Temple, which in and of itself was certainly quite interesting to see, but also actually brilliantly done. The fact that it played out so well. It was nice to see all this attention to detail in a show that, oddly enough, was quite possibly as dark as you could get, given the fact that it did reference genocide, and we actually did see the aftermath. All the dead Fire Nation soldiers and dead airbenders and air nomads that were killed as a result of this struggle. So actually seeing it play out, it actually makes a whole lot of sense with Aang's backstory. And everyone would guess, we knew for a fact Fire Lord Sojin was a badass in the original. They went a long way to actually establish that. But to now actually do it again and realize, in actual fact, his plan to attack the Earth Kingdom, in this case, was just a ruse. Of course he does attack the Earth Kingdom, but in this case, his real goal, is he knows the way the Avatar cycle works, is to attack the air nomads, kill them all, and then do it himself. And yes, this one might actually even be more badass than the original Sojin, because he sets himself on fire to combat Mankiatsu, who is a airbending master, and he defeats him by setting himself on fire. And actually seeing the whole massacre play out, quite dark. Other than that, there's other aspects as well that I quite liked. They've done a great deal in trying to flesh out the different aspects of the culture. And then you've got and how everything works. You've got the Northern tribe arc in particular, that 3-episode arc at the end. It's done in 2, but I have to say for a fact it doesn't feel overly long or cluttered. It plays up a few aspects as well. For example, Yue is the spiritual guide of the Northern tribe. That, in a way, does make a bit of sense. As in that one, she was just sort of a plot device. Showing, of course, the tragedy. Of course, in the original, the tragedy of war, as loved ones are killed, and it strikes down anyone. But also, in this case, minus a few changes here and there, she's more or less broadly similar to the original. And by making her the spiritual leader, it builds up on a thing on the fact that part of her backstory. Because we never actually see her mother. And I think she's dead. And that's the fan consensus. But seeing Yue on screen, actually doing something a little bit more than just serving as just explaining how everything does. Of course, she actually does something in the original. She shows Aang the Spirit Oasis in the back of the Northern tribe. But beyond that as well, other aspects as well were quite good. I mean, we actually see Mr. Cabbages again. Well, I call him Mr. Cabbages. I think he actually has an actual in-universe name, but that was quite good. They actually put the gag in and have done it in their own way. The fact he's even more in love with Cabbages than the original. That was funny. Oh, that shows. The first one, I think, was just more of a gag. An ironic twist of humour was quite popular at the time. But this one is done up purely for laughs. And the way he swears bloody revenge at the end is brilliant. Oh, God. He's swearing at the curse and swearing at the cabbage gods to get revenge for his prize cabbages. I hope for a fact when the season 2 comes around, we get the Platypus Bear smashing his cabbage guard. Yeah, I really hope we actually do get that scene. Not just for the fact of how it shows the fact that all characters are the limitations of all the characters and have to rely on each other, especially someone like Toph, who's very independent. But also because the ticket lady at the other end is just so funny. The ticket lady at the end of that episode was hilarious. Oh god. Yeah, they call her the Dragon Lady. That's brilliant. You've got the Kyoshi Warriors, the most best non-bending warriors out there in possibly the entire world, and you're using them as guard duty. Not in their wall paint and get up, in their uniform. You've got a morale booster. You've got people, refugees, who are quite possibly quite flighty. Yeah, this show was definitely as good as I thought it was going to be, and it really does show. Well, I've been thinking for channel. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio! And if you're gonna, and I have to recommend this one, big thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!